So today we'll discuss on conjugates of Surds, which can be called also or rationalization of radicals. So if we say rationalization or conjugate, it is a process of finding or changing the denominator. So the process of changing the denominator is called rationalization. So others, you can rationalize the numerator, even the denominator. So the process of changing the denominator is called the rationalization. So if we say conjugate, if we say A plus B, its conjugate is A minus B. We concentrate on this. The opposite of this is this, which is minus. So if we have A plus square root of 2, you should concentrate on this. So the conjugate of that, it will be A minus square root of 2. Therefore, for you to understand further, we'll start with this example. So simplify the following. So our first question, it states that we have 2 plus square root of 3 divided by 2 plus square root of 3. So take note of this. The important things that you need to know, here it should be 3. So we are rationalizing the denominator. We are finding the conjugate of the denominator. You need to know which figure represents the denominator. So this is the one which represents the denominator. Since we are rationalizing or we are finding the conjugate of the denominator, so it will be 2 plus square root of 3. And then here we have 3 plus square root of 3. So here you need to be careful. Same as we are introducing the special one. This is special one. So how can we introduce the special one? You concentrate here. The opposite of that is 3 minus square root of 3 divided by 3 minus square root of 3. So when you find the conjugate of this denominator, what will happen is this. This is the conjugate of the denominator. What you do on the denominator, you should also do it on the numerator. After doing that, you need to evaluate. So how can you evaluate? You write 2 plus square root of 3 like that, and then 3 minus square root of 3 divided by 3 plus square root of 3. Another one, 3 minus square root of 3. So after doing that, you need to evaluate or simplify. These two, you need to multiply by this. Even this square root of 3, you need to multiply by that. So it will be 2 open bracket 3 minus square root of 3 plus square root of 3 minus square root of 3. So after doing that, even on the denominator, this you should multiply by the entire element in the bracket, even this by the entire element in the bracket. So it will be 3 open bracket 3 minus square root of 3 plus square root of 3 open bracket 3 minus square root of 3. So you need to be careful when solving this question. Each step is very essential because it carries 5 marks. So this times this, it is 6. 2 times square root of 3, it is 2 square root of 3. This times this, it is plus 3 square root of 3. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 by the properties of radicals, we say that square root of n ab, it can be written as square root of n a times square root of n b. So apply that property. Don't forget positive times negative, it is negative. So square root of 3 times square root of 3, it is 3. After that, you can also evaluate on the, so on the denominator we say 3 times 3, it is 9. 3 times square root of 3, it is 3 square root of 3. Positive times positive 3 to be 3 square root of 3. Here positive times positive, negative, square root of 3 times square root of 3, it is 3. So if you observe carefully, this is 0. Same as square root of 3 minus 3 square root of 3, which will give us what? 0. So after doing that, we'll say, we'll put this and that together. So it will be 6 minus 3 minus 2 square root of 3 plus 3 square root of 3. Like I said, this and that to give us 0, or negative 3 square root of 3 plus 3 square root of 3, it is 0. So we remain with 9 minus 3. So after doing that, we'll say 6 minus 3, it is 3. If you observe carefully here, only on this side, negative 2 square root of 3 plus 3 square root of 3, same as 3 square root of 3 minus 2 square root of 3. So if we subtract this, it is same as we have square root of what? 3. So that will be our answer. So we'll get the sign to the bigger number. So it will be plus square root of 3 divided by 9 minus 3. It is same as 6. So after that, you can evaluate it. So this, it can be written as 3 divided by 6 plus, here it can be written as square root of 3 over 6. So after doing that, we can simplify. 3 into 3, 1 over 3 into 6, 2 plus square root of 3 over 6. So if they ask you to find the value of A and B, always recall that a radical can be expressed in this format: A plus B square root of anything here. Let me just put xy. So if I ask you to find the value of A and B, so you go back to this our final answer. Which part represent to our A? This represent to our A. So therefore, our A is 1 over 2. What about B? Our B is equal to, forget about this square root. What is the coefficient of square root here? It is 1. So our B is 1 over 6. So if they ask you to find A and B, always recall that a radical or a surd can be expressed in this format. So this is how we can find the value of A. Always when we say to conjugate, same as the opposite, and then we need to introduce the special one, like I showed here. This is a special one. This is a special one. Take note of this. So this is how we evaluate the conjugate or radicals. We proceed to our second example. This example 2, it is 2022 test 1. This is 2022 test 1. So our question, or the question was, we need to find, the question is that rationalize the denominator. So they are saying rationalize the denominator in the form of A plus B square root of xy. So this is our question. We have square root of x plus square root of y divided by square root of x minus square root of y. So how can we rationalize this, or how can we find the conjugate of the denominator? Like I said, for us to find the conjugate of this denominator, we need to pay attention to this sign. So what is the opposite of this sign? So we'll light it. We need to be careful when lighting. Square root of x plus square root of y divided by this negative will change. So first we need to light it in the way it was, and then we'll find the conjugate or rationalize the denominator. So the opposite of this negative, it is positive. So it will be square root of x plus square root of y. What you do on the denominator, you should also do it on the numerator. So it will be square root of x plus square root of y. After that, evaluate it. So this is same as multiplication. So it will be square root of x plus square root of y. And then square root of x plus square root of y. Divide by square root of x minus square root of y. And then square root of x plus square root of y. So when finding the conjugate, or when rationalizing the denominator, pay attention to this sign. That's why it has changed to positive. After that, evaluate or simplify. So how can you simplify? This x you need to multiply by that. So it will be square root of x, open bracket, square root of x, plus square root of y, plus square root of y, open bracket, square root of x, plus square root of y. Divide by, to be square root, same principle, this by that. Square root of x plus square root of y minus square root of y divided by square root of x plus square root of y. So after doing that, don't forget the properties of radicals are very important. Like we said, this property, if we say a times square root of a, the final answer is a. This property will be applicable. Make sure that you apply these properties. They are very essential. So we'll say square root of x times square root of x, it is x. Square root of x plus square root of x to give us square root of xy plus this times that, or square root of y plus square root of xy, or rather x to give us square root of xy. Positive times positive, it is positive. Square root of y times square root of y, it is y. After that, even on the denominator, same principle. This times that, it is x plus square root of xy. Even here, that times, but here we have a minus square root of xy. You follow step by step. Negative times positive, it is negative. Square root of y times square root of y, it is y. After doing that, if you observe this, let me use this for you to see it. So this is 0. So after that, we'll simplify the numerator. This and that, we'll put them together. So it will be x plus y, like this, plus this square root of xy plus square root of xy. It is 2 square root of xy. Divide by, this is 0, x minus y, which can be expressed as x plus y divided by x minus y. Don't cancel this like this, like this, this like this. It is not applicable like that. Make sure that you don't do those silly mistakes. So it will be x plus y divided by x minus y. The first part. The second part, it is 2 square root of xy divided by x minus y. So this is the final answer. So what about if they ask you to find A and B? Like I said, a radical can be expressed in this format, A plus B square root of xy. So what is our A, which is correlating to our final answer? We had x plus y divided by x minus y plus 2 square root of xy divided by x minus y. So this part, take note, this part represents our A. So our A is x plus y over x minus y. What about our B? Our B, forget about this. Just get the coefficient of this. So it will be 2 divided by x minus 1. So this is how we find the conjugate of radicals of Surds. Make sure that if we say a conjugate, it is the opposite. If you have, let me say 2 plus square root of 5 divided by 2 minus square root of 5. So if I say find the conjugate, we are rationalizing this denominator. So since here we have a negative, so it will be 2 plus square root of 5. What you do on the denominator, also do it on the numerator, 2 plus square root of 5. So this is what I'm saying. This is a special one. But I'm not saying that here introduce one. No, this is a special one. mathematically. So this is how we find the conjugate of Surd, or this is how we rationalize the radicals. Make sure that you follow the steps step by step. They are very essential.